Jennifer from Flux. In this video, we are going to think about all things tropical today. I have created a fun little tropical roundup to kind of inspire you for the warm days ahead. And we are pulling out all of the really bright, colorful, fun things to make today. So I have a big pile of stuff in my lap. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. So I have here in my hands, these are some little button flowers I made. And they're in some bright pink and yellow. They are completed in just one round using some colorful dishcloth yarn. You could also use acrylic yarn if you like. And then I've put a button in the center of each one, and I've added some. I have this bright lime green ribbon. I just added a little bit of a ribbon detail so that it looks like some leaves. And these are really great appliques. You could put them on a tote bag. You could wear them as a pin. You could put one up in your hair or on a headband or something like that. So if you want just something, a really small little accent piece, or to kind of heighten a ready-made object that you already have, such as a store-bought sweater or, like I said, a tote bag, you could easily attach these to anything you like. Also, you could put a safety pin on the back of them and make a little button as well, a little pin. Okay, so those are the button flower appliques. Next, we have, this is the Graphic Blooms convertible skirt. Now this is a really fun pattern to make. It's beautiful, bright, tropical granny squares, and we've done those in the join as you go technique. I have a full video tutorial on how to make the square, how to join them. And then what's really fun about this piece is it can be worn as a skirt. So I sort of created a pencil skirt here, like a straight down skirt, just like a straight cylinder. Now you could add another row of these and make something a little bit more flowy. And I have just simply taken a beautiful piece of silky satin ribbon and woven it around the top so you can really customize it and cinch up your skirt and create like a sash, or put a beautiful bow at the front of it and create like a big fancy bow. Now, the convertible part of this project is that you could also put this around your neck. So you can wear this when it's warm, and then when it gets chilly again this fall, you could put this around your neck, and once again, you could just simply pull the ribbon out, or you could tie it in a big beautiful bow, sort of asymmetrically on your neck. So this is a really beautiful piece to make. You could even take it shorter and eliminate the bottom row here. I have 3 squares tall on mine, but you could eliminate the bottom row too and make a child size or a mini skirt. So it's really customizable. It's completely up to you. You could also make each square larger or smaller. So it's super customizable. The colors are lots of fun. I love the colors in this. It's just, I can't get enough of these colors. So the Graphic Blooms convertible skirt, check that pattern out as well. Now, I didn't mention this before, but all of the patterns that I'll be featuring in this roundup, I've conveniently put all the links to the patterns and the video tutorials in a blog post. So I will put the link to the Flux blog post down below, and you can go on there and look at the entire gallery of what we're talking about today. Okay, moving right along. This is another granny square project, and I did this with some self-striping sock yarn to make it extra fun and bright. And it looks, each square, there's 2 large squares, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 small squares. And this is a tablet sleeve. So you could, now tablets come in all different sizes, so you really can add as many rounds as you need for the width and the height of your tablet. And we have taken the granny squares and simply just seamed them all together to create a custom fit tablet sleeve. This is really great if you're traveling with your tablet or taking a tablet to school or work. It prevents it if you don't have the handy kind of rubbery or leather covers that you can buy for them separately. This is a really fun little handmade project you could slip your tablet down into. Now you could make this a little smaller and use it for a passport. You could use it as a little tool bag or something like that, put a little button on there. So this is the Tropical Punch tablet sleeve, so check that out. That's a really fun project as well. And that was with some sock yarn. So sock yarn is a really great weight to work with. this summer because it's lightweight. It feels nice in the hands. And let's see, what do I have here? Oh, this is a new pattern. This is the Peony Spa Scrubby, and this is a very loose, kind of ruffly scrubby. And I've done this with the cotton scrubby yarn from Red Heart, and it's a variegated print. So it's like a deep coral and like a light pink, and it creates like this speckly effect and gives it like a nice 3D look. I've also added with some bright green cotton yarn a little hanging loop. So when you go to hang your scrubby, when it's wet from being in the bath or the shower, you can hang this up, and there's a little one round leaf to accent it. Now you could very easily use this in the kitchen as well if you want to scrub some dishes or things like that. But this is a really pretty little piece. And for gift giving, you could gift this with a lovely bottle of lotion or some other spa products. So this is a fun little, fast little gift. This was done with just one ball of this pink scrubby yarn. Okay, next we have the Tropical Punch. We're on this Tropical Punch theme here. This is the Tropical Punch dishcloth. This is a favorite of mine. I use this quite a bit in the kitchen. It works really pretty as a dishcloth, but I use mine typically as a trivet or as a little kind of like a mug rug or something if you want to sit something hot down. It also looks pretty under a candle if you want to kind of brighten the home up for summer. But this is a solid granny, and I used the cotton yarn again, and I did one round of each color. So I did this gold, the lime, the bright salmon pink. So this is a fun pattern, and you can really take this bigger and just work more rounds and make your dishcloth a little bit bigger if you need it to be oversized. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so this is one I feature a lot in my roundups, and these colors just to me look like tropical flowers. But this is the absolute, I didn't want to leave the beginners out. This is the absolute beginner cowl. This is made with just one yarn cake, and it teaches you how to work in the round. So this is just a seamless tube. This is a great way to learn how to crochet in the round. We've used very simple double crochet stitches, and the yarn cake is self-striping, so the yarn really does all the work for you. And you also have all these really interesting little darker blobs and lighter blobs of color, which adds a little bit of interest to the project as well. So this is a wonderful project if it's vacation time for you and you want to kind of jump into a new craft or activity. The Absolute Beginner Cowl is a really great first step for beginners. Now in the video for this, I go through each stitch, each step of the way, nice and slow to kind of get you started. Likewise, if you are a seasoned crochet veteran, this is also a wonderful project if you just want something, you know, quick for the car, if you're on traveling and you just want a quick little kind of mindless project that you can just stitch up really quickly as well. These also make great gifts if you want to get an early head start when you're gift giving for the holidays as well. So the Absolute Beginner Crochet Cowl. Okay, the next piece I have is, this is more for fall and winter, but again, the colors are just so tropical and beautiful. This is the Raspberry Mint Cowl, and this just, this purpley color just reminds me of these beautiful blooms, these giant blooms that you see in tropical landscapes. And this green reminds me of some tropical, like a seafoam green, tropical waters. And it's an easy V-stitch, so it is another easy pattern. V-stitch in the round, and then I have a tassel drawstring that I've added. Also a wonderful, wonderful gift cowl that you can stitch up pretty quickly. Now I've done stripes. You could do self-striping. You could do stripes like I did. You can make it solid. It's very flexible, and it has a very nice drape to it with the yarn. So the Raspberry Mint Cowl. One more thing that I wanted to grab for the Tropical Roundup is the Sparkling Waters wrap. This is a really popular pattern on the Flux blog and channel. And you might not think of a shawl or a wrap or a stole or things like that for the hot months, but I grabbed this because they are really handy items to have, because when you go through the heat and then you go into a building, a lot of times the buildings in the heat of summer are superly, overly air conditioned. So you go from like scorching hot to like freezing cold, like you're in a freezer. So having these little wraps are so nice to have if you're wearing like a sleeveless shirt or a little sundress or something like that. You can kind of throw it around your shoulders and it looks beautiful. And now this is made with more of a worsted weight. You could go a little bit lighter with this and just make it a little bit wider. But this is a really handy piece to have if you're kind of going in and out of air-conditioned spaces, cars, airplanes, trains, etc. But I like to have these on hand just to kind of throw over your shoulders, and it's a little bit less constricting in the heat in the summer than having like a sweater. You could just kind of like throw it over. So the Sparkling Waters wrap is a beautiful, looks like those beautiful Caribbean waters. So I definitely had to grab this one for our tropical roundup. Okay, now we have just 2 pieces left. This is the Heart You scarf, and typically we don't think of scarves in tropical climates, but I had to grab it because I'm just totally in love with this color. This is the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. Now this is also a wonderful, wonderful gift scarf that you could stitch up and get kind of a head start on the holiday season, or maybe for someone's birthday coming up. But this just looks like hibiscus or some beautiful azalea. It's just such a vibrant hot pink, and it's the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, so it goes from this like pretty almost white, this really pale pink, then it comes down to this darker pink, and then it goes really vibrant with this deep pink down here. This is a simple little fan pattern, and I have a full video on all of these projects. So this is called the Heart You scarf. I just thought this also looked very tropical to me. Okay, last but certainly not least is this easy lace belt. This can be made in any length you like. You just simply make the number of chains that you need within the multiple, because it is a lace stitch, an easy lace stitch. And the multiple can be found on the pattern that I'll link to. But this belt is easy to make. You just make your chain, and then if you want it a little bit wider than this, you just simply work more rows of the pattern. So on the blog, if you click through to the link, I have this kind of layered with another color. I have a purple and an aqua just kind of sashed together. So you could make this a nice wide sash. You could even wear this in your hair and kind of tie it at the bottom. And this is super easy to make. And this looks cute with a dress. You could wear it kind of low slung with a t-shirt. So this is the easy lace belt. Try one in different colors. You may want to go a little bit more neutral than my super tropical aqua here, but it is a nice little addition to your wardrobe, especially if you have some really special yarn that you want to use and kind of highlight this as your outfit. So that is our tropical roundup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Those were 10 fun little tropical themed patterns. And again, I'll put the link to the Flux blog down below, and you can follow through, and I've created a blog post with kind of a gallery of all the links and the images and different ways to style. If you go through, especially that skirt that I shared, you can go onto that page and look at the ways to style it as a cowl, as a skirt, etc. So thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Flux video updates. Thanks again!